Okay, good morning, guys. How are you doing today? Good morning, online. Good morning. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, Abdul. Hi, Azam, Sarat. Okay, so hi, Jivan. Okay, so hope everyone are doing good. And what did we discuss in our last class? What is that? Types of IPs. Let's have a quick sheet out. Types of IPs. So what are the different types of IPs we have? 3 types. What are those? Public IP, private IP, elastic IP. So which one is the default IP? Private IP. And is it possible for you to connect from internet to the EC2 instance with the private IP? Answer is no. And so what type of IP address that you should have for EC2 instance? Public IP. So public IP address is dynamic or static? Dynamic. Which one is static? Elastic IP. So if you stop and start the EC2 instance, IP address will change. Which IP address? Public. And IP address will not change. Elastic. How many elastic IPs are free? 5. So if we keep it ideal, even though it is below 5, will it be charged or not? Yes, it will be charged. So private, okay, let's say I have a VPC in AWS. If two EC2s wants to communicate with each other, so what type of IP address will you use? Private IP. And from your company, how do you connect to the AWS? Through VPN. Through VPN, it is public or private? Private. Can you directly connect to your private IP address of EC2 instance from your VPN? Yes, possible. Okay. And do remember instance metadata? We discuss about instance metadata. What is instance metadata? Data about instance is called instance metadata. Okay. And then from console, where do you check? From the detail section. And also we discussed about through CLI. What is a URL? Good. 169.254, 169.254 slash latest slash meta minus data slash. Okay, very good. So, and then we discuss about user data. What is user data? User data. Of course, so that is not the actual thing. But user data is equal to what? You just said. Bootstrap scripting. What is that? Bootstrap script. So bootstrap script meaning, so what type of script that we use for Linux? Shell script. So whatever you want to execute, put that in shell script and run it, and the entire script will be executed in the boot time. So if you want to install, if you want to something, everything will be automatically done. Okay. And then we discuss about the 7 steps. And also we discuss about global accelerator. So we have seen 2 unicast IP, anycast IP. Unicast meaning one server will have one IP address. Anycast meaning all servers will have the same IP address or one IP address. So with global accelerator, is it possible for you to speed up your performance? Yes. And how many static IPs that global accelerator will provide? 2. Those 2 are unicast or anycast? Anycast one. Okay. Does the global accelerator use edge locations in the backend? Yes, it is. Does the global accelerator will cache? No. Who will cache? Edge locations will get cache. Edge location will cache only statica, dynamica, both are. Both. And if you want to secure your application from malicious or from hacking, so which is the feature that you use? Shield. What shield? AWS shield. And it has what? WAF. What is WAF? Web application firewall. Clear? Super. So now what we do is we are done with the entire theory. EC2 is very big. So from today, we'll just go and see the practicals. So let's go to the AWS EC2 console and see what are the options we have there. Okay. Good. Sir, how told this IP is public, this IP private? I mean, how do we know this IP is public and this IP is private? That's a question. So Ashok, by default, the IP address that you get is private. And public IP, by default, I told you, public IP and elastic IP are optional. Did I say that? Are optional. So if you want, there is an option called enable public IP. You need to enable it. That is public IP. So by default, and in the details section, it clearly says private IP and public IP. So by this, you'll get to know, Ashok. Okay. Okay, Nana. So let's go to EC2. Okay. Do you see that? This is the EC2 dashboard. What is this called? Every service will have a dashboard, no? IAM has a dashboard, EC2 has a dashboard, S3 has a dashboard, everything, every service will have a dashboard. And see here, most of the things that we know this already. Most of the things we know. See, do we know instances, elastic IPs, load balancers, snapshots, auto scaling, instance, placement group, volumes, dedicated host, key pair, security group? Did we learn about all these things? Right? On the left side, see all these things. Did we learn about load balancers, target group, auto scaling groups, key pairs, placement group, elastic, security group, lifecycle manager, snapshots, volumes, AMIs, capacity reservation, dedicated source, reserve instances, savings plan, spot, launch templates, launch configurations, instance type, instances. Remember, everything we know now. The only thing that we should know is what to click, where to click, how to click. Okay. You're happy or not? Yes or no? Because you know this already, right? That's the power of theory that we have learned, the logics, right? So what we do is now, I'll give the overview of this now, okay? On the left side, we have EC2 dashboard. Dashboard meaning this is the dashboard, Nana. So this is the summary. How many EC2 instances are running at the moment? 0. So if we have 2, 3, 4, how many are there? The numbers will be there. How many elastic IPs are there? How many load balances? So basically, this is a summary. And EC2 is global or regional? EC2 is regional. Do you see? And in which region we should be in? Mumbai. Keep that in mind. We should be always in Mumbai. So those who are outside India, please select your appropriate region and you should be always in that region only. Do not go that in these regions and launch EC2 instances because 750 hours are free. But I would recommend only to be in one region. It is launching the EC2 instance in Mumbai, launching the EC2 in Singapore, Sydney is same or different? It's the same. The only difference is the regions, the places. As we are in India, which region we should choose? Mumbai. Or else you can choose Hyderabad also. So I told you Hyderabad is a latest region, no? For that reason, we'll be using Mumbai only. Because in latest regions, sometimes few services, few features might not be available. Okay, now? So we make sure whenever you go to the EC2 console, the first thing that you should check is region. And here in this summary, remember, once you're done with the your practicals, and make sure you terminate and delete everything. Would you keep it running? No. So everything should be cleaned up. So once you clean up, make sure after sir, Saudi Arabia, which is the nearest region? Dekh lo bhai. Huh? Which is the nearest region for Saudi Arabia? Qatar is there? No. Hmm? Mumbai. Wow. Select whichever. Open the map and see. Okay. Okay. So once you're finished the practicals, come on to the dashboard and make sure everything should be zero except the key pair and security group. Except key pair and security group. So key pairs, do we have any default key pairs? No. So for you it will be zero because I'm using for multiple batches, no? So for me, I have multiple key pairs. And remember, we discussed this. We have a default security group, and security group 1 is a default security group, and everything should be zero after completing all your practicals. Everything should be zero except key pair and security group. Make sure that. Okay, now? So key pair they don't charge, security group they don't charge, but the rest everything they'll be charged. But for us, we have 750 hours are free, no charge. Okay. Okay. On the left side, we have EC2 global view. What is that now? EC2 global view. We are in which region? So when I go and launch one EC2 instance in Mumbai region, the same EC2 instance will be available in Ireland region. Huh? Every region have their own EC2 instance because it is regional. It is regional. So if I launch EC2 instance in Mumbai, it will be in Mumbai only. If I go and select in Ireland, do I see the EC2 instance there? No. But in real time, if you want to know, let's say in real time, you might be using so many regions. In real time, you might be using multiple regions. Is it possible for us to see which region has how many EC2 instances running? No, it's not possible. So the only way what you need to do is select the region. Now we are in Mumbai, it says 0. Now let's say I went to North Virginia. So you need to select like this. So it is doing ringa ringa. So North Virginia. Like this we need to see. So here how many have 0 is there. So like this you need to navigate to each and every region to see the EC2 instance. Is difficult or not? Difficult or not? It's difficult. How many regions are there? Huh? How many did I say? 32. How many? 32. 27 is gone. So they keep on increasing it, right? So 32 regions at the moment. So is it possible to go with all the regions, see how many instances are running? Do we have instances are running or not? We cannot, it's not possible, right? So go back to Mumbai here. For that reason, AWS came up with something called EC2 Global View. What is that? EC2 Global View. Global View meaning if you open this, it will show, it will list down all the regions and how many EC2 instances are running for you to see. See here. Fetching resources from all opted regions. So it will take time. If you are using your mobile data, 1.5 GB, within few minutes, it's over. Okay, don't use your mobile. So it is taking time. How many regions have enabled? 18. And do you see this here, Nana? So it is now fetching. It is taking time. It will take time. And you see this? All these are all regions, no? Here it will give the count. So by going to this global view, you can easily find out how many instances are running in which region. I can say. Do you see this here? How many VPCs? Okay. Okay. Do you see this? Okay. Now it's done. See here. So these are all the regions. Yes or no? Do we have any EC2 instance running in all the regions? It says dash. Dash meaning nothing. 0. Do you have EC2 instance running? Yes or no? Louder. No. And I have VPCs. Every region will have a default VPC. Did we learn that? So remember what one of the student did was in previous batches, I said, make sure that it should be 0. I said, of course, we should make sure it should be 0. Which one? Instances. That boy, what he did was, sir told to make sure it's 0. He started deleting all this thing to make sure he kept 0 this. No, he should not do that. Okay, we should have a default VPC and they have, remember, in NACL concept we have discussed, if you have a VPC, inside this you create your what? Subnets. So how many subnets are there? 3 subnets. So these are all the default. How many security groups will be there for each and every region? One default security group will be there. Okay, na? So you not delete anything. So make sure here instances, it should be 0. By mistake, sometimes instead of selecting Mumbai, you might have selected some other region you have launched and you forgot to terminate. It is running. And you got to know later your number of 750 hours are getting decreased. And you don't have any machines on Mumbai region. So at that time, you come here and see, are there any other instances running in any region? So this is the purpose of global view. On the left side, we have something called what? Events. So events, we will be going and launching EC2 instance, correct? In the backend, we have host machines, no? These host machines are handled by whom? AWS, no? Let's say, for example, you have a one host machine and your EC2 instance are sitting in that host machine. And AWS has some maintenance for that host machine. And your EC2 instance are running on that host machine. So your EC2 instance will also come under maintenance or not? Because the bottom hardware is on the maintenance, and whatever the EC2 that you have on that, you will get also maintained. Like, fortunately, unfortunately, your machine is there on that host machine. So AWS will send you notification here. You see this here, Ganta symbol. So AWS will send you a notification here and one event here saying that, Babu, your EC2 is under maintenance. So EC2, he will send you at least 1 month prior before. 1 month before, he'll send a notification saying that your EC2 instance will be stopped. Your EC2 instance will be stopped. Because why? He wanted to do the maintenance on the host machine in the backend. Not only EC2 instance, volumes, mostly volumes and EC2 instance will be under the maintenance. So you need to keep one eye on that events, right? So should I tell you what has happened with me in my in the company? One real-time thing. So I have EC2 instance running on the production environment. With environment, production environment. And I have a database running on the EC2 instance, which is very important. By the time I come on Monday to office early morning, I see my database EC2 instance got stopped. My database EC2 instance is stopped. Danger or not? Production environment, customer will start shouting or not? So it has stopped. Then I didn't stop it. Then I call the entire, my team. Come to meeting room. So everyone, all 20 people or 30, 25 people came. So why sir, yes sir, called, why called? Everyone started panicking. Then I asked, who stopped database EC2 instance? Tell me, who stopped? You? Mother promise, sir. No. No, sir. No. So did anyone will agree? Does anyone will agree? No one will agree. But I want to know who stopped the EC2 instance. Everyone said, all my developers, security team, support team, right? Admin, everyone said, sir, we haven't touched it. So now I need to find out who is that, correct? I told you this. Which is the service in AWS will help us to investigate to find out what is happened for the particular EC2 resource. Huh? Huh? Cloud Trail. Yes or no? Whatever we do, everything is getting recorded in the Cloud Trail. Okay. So I went to the Cloud Trail and started investigating it. Remember, in certification question also, cloud, if you want to investigate, the first service that you should start is Cloud Trail only. If something has happened to your account, check Cloud Trail. Okay, so now I went into the Cloud Trail and started checking. Then I got to know that AWS has stopped the EC2 instance. Why? AWS has sent already 1 month before one notification saying that your DB instance will be under the maintenance. Whose responsibility is that to check? My responsibility only, no? So On that day, I didn't put one eye on the notification symbol. In that notification, there is an event here saying that your machine will be stopped on Sunday this time. No one checked. I also didn't check. And Sunday, it got stopped. Whose mistake is that? My mistake only, no? Yes or no? It's my mistake. So then immediately I went and started it. Then everyone came. Sir, did you find out who stopped the machine? I said, it's okay. I forgive you. Don't worry. Right? Yes or no? Whose mistake is it? It's my mistake. No. Should I tell that it was my mistake? No. I said, of course, I explained them. This has happened. But the thing is, you need to keep an eye on the notification symbol because this is a very critical thing. In production environments, also your machines will be stopped if it is under maintenance. Okay. Now, let's use our theoretical power logic. Now I have my EC2 instance. I got a notification saying that next 1 month, Sunday, machine will be stopped. You got a notification today. Will you wait for 1 month? So what will you do? You have the host machine and you have the EC2 instance here. And then AWS send a notification to you saying that EC2 instance will be stopped next month, this date. What will you do? Will you wait until that time or will you do something? What Lambda will do? Okay. Next. What is that? Stop and start. Fantastic. What will happen if you stop and start? Jumpa, no jumpa. So if you stop and start, that EC2 instance will jump from this host machine to another host machine. Another host machine will be healthy, no? So this will be skipped from this maintenance host machine. So do you need to wait for 1 month? No. So just you need to go and start the EC2 instance in your sweet time. Whenever you have time, just go and stop and start. It will jump from this host to another host, and then your machine is not under the maintenance. Nowhere in the book, nowhere in the tube, nowhere in the academy, Udemy, where they will notify all these things. This is based on real-time experience, I'm telling you. So these are all the small things that in real time we'll use to skip the maintenance windows. Understood? So what you need to do, you just need to stop and start. It will skip from that maintenance window. So all these kind of things will come here under the events. See, name, resource ID meaning which EC2 instance. No, EC2 instance will have instance ID. Volume will have volume ID. Image will have image ID. Snapshot will have snapshot ID. For everything, there will be a ID. And then event status, completed, in progress, event type, description, progress, duration, everything you will get to know. Here, this is just for our information. Do we do anything here? No. What is there in actions? Nothing is there. You need to schedule event and manage maintenance. Nothing is there. Okay, now. That is here events. And then we have something called here instances. What is it now? This is the place where we always die for next few days. Launch instance, launch instance, launch instance, launch instance. Every day we'll go in launching this instance. This is the place where we go and launch instance. Next is here is instance types. Which is the instance type we should be using it? T2 micro. So here, how many instance types are there? 458 instance types are there. Out of all these things, which one we should use? Only T2 micro, you should use it. If you select T2 small, who will follow you? Bill will follow you, right? So, okay, see here. Now I told you there are so many families, EC2 families. So here we have T2 nano. That is a very small, tiny instance. How many CPUs are there? One CPU. How much? And architecture, it supports i386, x86 architecture. And how much memory it is have? 0.5 GB RAM. How much your phone have? 4 GB minimum. Your phone itself has 4 GB. Do we have EC2 instance with 0.5 GB? EC2 instance will run at all? No. But AWS started with the T2 Nano, very small. So based on the requirement, you need to select it. So here it is 0.5 GB, and then storage type here, low to moderate. And do you see this here? Price. This is per hour. Let's say, for example, remove this. Let's say we have T2 micro. Which one, Anna? T2 micro. T2 micro is how many CPUs? 1 CPU. How much RAM we have? 1 GB RAM. And then do you expect a good performance with 1 GB RAM? No. So we have the network performance is low to moderate. Don't expect. Go launch one T2 micro and don't started saying performance is not up to mark. Areba, it is only having 1 GB RAM. Right? If you need to have good performance, increase the size. And then this is the price per hour. Which operating system? Linux. And you have Windows also here. Do you see this? This is Linux and this is Windows. You tell me which one is cheaper, Windows or Linux? Huh? Which one is cheaper? Linux. Windows. Oh, okay, see here. In Windows, it is 0.017. Here, 0.0124. So, which is greater? Windows is greater, smaller. Linux is smaller. That means it is cheaper, little bit cheaper. So, if you want to know how much, sir, if I use T2 micro per hour, how much AWS will charge? Take this and you need to convert. Convert where to where? Dollar to rupee. 1 rupee. T2 micro per hour, it is 1 rupee. AWS will charge for you 1 rupee. Understood? But they will charge here now for us for 1 year. They don't charge because 750 hours are free per month. So remember, this is how you need to check the price of the machine. Understood? So in future, you might select not T2 micro. If you come bigger ones, do you see this? Or 192 GB RAM is there. C5 metal. If you select this, and if you want to know this, $4 per hour. Understood? So, and remember, in your real time, which one would you select? In real time, in your company? Depends on yes or no? Or will you say Ria sir told only to launch T2 micro? No, don't say that to your don't say that. So I want you have to launch only T2 micro, because as we should be under the free tier, that we should go for T2 micro. Otherwise, in real time, okay, let's say for example, Madhu asked. Madhu is a developer, and he asked, Ria sir, please go and I need a machine of 32 GB RAM. I need a machine of what he said. Generally, developers, what they see is they'll come and say to you, I need a machine. This is what they say. Because are they are AWS engineers? No, you are AWS engineer. So they will come and say in layman language, I need one machine. So what you need to understand, that is EC2 instance. So as you are AWS engineer, it is your responsibility to ask the questions to that guy. Yes or no? Okay, he will just say, I need one machine. I need one machine. With that, only that one statement, is it possible for you to go and launch EC2 instance? No, because you need to select how much RAM you need, how much CPU you need, how much storage you need, how much volume you need. You need to know all these things. You need to ask the person. Then I'll ask, hey Madhu, okay, I understand you need one machine. And I'll ask, how much, what is the capacity? He said like 32 GB RAM. Oh, 32 GB RAM. Will you blindly go with 32 GB RAM? It is just his mouth saying that I need 32 GB RAM. As an engineer, you need to ask, okay, you need 32 GB RAM. Huh? What are you planning to put in that machine, Madhu? He said, I'm planning to put Java application. Oh, Java application. Good. So you need to get in your mind, Java application is based on CPU. It uses more memory. You need to check. And then one more question. Okay, how many people are planning to access your application? Yes or no? Based on that, I'm trying to understand how much CPU, how much RAM we need. He said, like, let's say 10 people or 20 people. See, for 10 people they want to access Java application, does he need 32 GB RAM? That's how we need to find out. It is just a developer. He with his mouth he'll say, I need 32 GB RAM. So what you do? You go and launch T2 small. Go and launch which one? T2 small. How much is what? How much memory T2 small? 2 GB. And ask Madhu, how is the performance? He said that, sir, not that good. Okay. Increase it to T2 medium. How much? Madhu, what's the performance? He said, super, sir. Where is 32 GB? Where is 4 GB? Understood? How much cost you have saved? So for that reason, do not go blindly and launch the EC2 instance. Analyze it based on the requirement. You need to select the instance type. Clear? So there's a question. Sir, do we have 750 hours free for micro or any instance? Dilshar, you're asking now. Huh? He's asking, sir, is it T2 micro only or something else? Which one we need to use? Open your ears and listen this carefully. We should use in this course T2 micro only. If you go and launch T2 small or selected something else, you will get the bill 100%. Okay. So which one we need to use? T2 micro. Next, sir, if I want to do practicals after 2 months again, will you get 750 hours free? Veera is asking. What is your answer? Of course, this is for free tier is for how many years? 1 year. No, in this 1 year, every month you will get 750 hours free. You can use it. Is it clear, Nana? On the instance type? And then here we have what? Launch template. Do you remember what is launch template? All the 7 steps will create it as a template. And from this template, can we launch an EC2 instance? Yes. Spot. What is spot? Bidding, auctioning, remember? So if you want to spot the EC2 instance, you can go and spot it. And then remember savings plan? Remember reserve instances? What are all? These are all the pricing models, no? Right? So how much percentage that you get? Do you see this here? 72% off. 72% discount. Okay, so how many years will you reserve? 1 or 3 years. Fantastic. And then we have dedicated hosts. Did we talk about? And then capacity reservation. Then Nana, these are all the pricing models. It's not necessary that you need to go. Okay, you tell me. In our course, will you go for on-demand, spot, savings, reserve, capacity? Which one? On-demand, no. What is the meaning of on-demand? I want to launch an instance, launch it. Use it and then go. Simple as that. I don't want to reserve. I don't want to spot bidding it. I don't want any savings plans, not insurance plans, nothing. Pension plans, nothing. Right? Nothing. So I just want to go ahead and launch an EC2 instance, use it and then terminate it. So for that reason, we'll just go and launch EC2 instance. But I'll show you how to spot also. I'll show you how to reserve the instances also. I'll show you when time comes. Okay. And then here, what is the next thing here, Nana? There is a question. Sir, if users increase, we can increase memory during usage of our application. We have learned this already. So what is his question is, let's say he's using T2 micro, which is 1 GB RAM. And he has number of users got increased. He's asking, sir, can we increase the memory? What is your answer? Yes, we can increase the memory. How? Stop the instance and then what we do? Change the instance type. Fantastic. So from T2 micro, can you increase to T2 small, medium, large, X large? And if you stop and change the instance type, data is lost? No, because data is saved where? In the volumes, data is saved in the volumes. So you can change the instance type to increase the performance. Okay. So next coming to AMIs. What is that? What is AMI? Amazon Machine Image. Of course, that is a full form. But what is the definition of AMI? Copy of the operating system. Did I told you that AWS has predefined AMIs? Can we also create our own AMIs? What is that AMI called? Custom AMI. Or you call it as my AMI. Whose AMI? My AMI. Or call it as custom AMI. Okay, na? So here on the left side, if you create all the AMIs, you will get it here. And AWS also has predefined AMIs, no? That is called AMI catalog. What is catalog? What is catalog? Generally, what is catalog? You go to restaurant. What is the first thing that you will call? You'll ask, what is that menu? Catalog only, no? So what is there in that menu? What are the options we have? What are things? Every information will be there, right? Here also we have AMI catalog. Catalog meaning menu. So it contains so many predefined images. How many images are there here at the moment? 47 filtered, 47 unfiltered AMIs are there. So here, very important, see Nana. In AMIs, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick start AMI, say that. Remember, in our course, we should go with the quick start AMIs. Quick start meaning readily available are there, going quickly start your EC2 instance. Quick start AMIs. How many are there? 7 are there. And in these images, these are all the AMIs that AWS is providing. See, these are all the images. We just need to select and launch. These are all the images. But all these images are free? No. So do you see this here? Filter, free tier only. We need to check it. If you check it here, only the free tier images will be available. And I told you which is the image, which is the flavor that we should be using it. Do you see the Terratopy? I mean, Red Hat. Here we have Red Hat. And this is what we need to select while launching the EC2 instance. Which is a, so how do we select it now? You tell me. So now I am here. I go to here. Quick start AMIs. And then what we need to check? Free tier only you need to check, and then which one you need to select? Red Hat you need to select. And you also have Amazon Linux is also there, and Ubuntu is also, SUSE is there, Ubuntu is there. So many things are there. All are free only because you selected free tier filter. All are free only. But some people launching Amazon Linux, some people will launch Ubuntu, some people launch SUSE, some people launch Red Hat. Unnecessary confusions. For that reason, I said, let's be on the same page, which is everyone should launch only Red Hat. So commands also will use Red Hat commands because Red Hat is the most commonly used operating system in real-time environments. Okay, na? Okay. So are we using 32-bit or 64-bit? 64-bit. We are using nowadays, which one, Anna? 64-bit. And you are using x86 or ARM? We will be using x86 only. So ARM, we don't use it. ARM is related to CPU levels. We will be going and using it. So let's not use ARM. We need to go for 64-bit x86 all the time. Okay. And you can filter if you want only Linux machines. If you want only Windows machines, select it. Based on the architecture also, you can select. If it is Linux, then go for Red Hat. If it is Windows, come down, down, down. Do you see the first Windows machine is there? 2022 base. So this is the Windows operating system that we'll be using it to launch Windows machines. For Linux, it is Red Hat. For Windows, it is Windows Server 2022 base. And I told you, and these are all the images from AWS. Okay. Mac OS is also there, but it's not free for you. Don't launch. Okay. So if you come down, I told you AWS will provide you just only plain OS and play OS with the application also. Do you see this? This is a Microsoft Windows Server 2022 with the SQL Server. Is it free, Nana, here? It's not free. Do you see? Free tier eligible. This label will be there. But is there for this? No, if you go and launch these kind of images, AWS will charge for you. So for that reason, make sure that you select the filter all the time. If you select it, only free tier eligible images will be filtered here. So you should be always in quick start AMIs. And then if you click on my AMIs meaning what? Custom AMIs, your AMIs. Can you create your own AMIs from the EC2 instance? Yes. From that, can you launch EC2 instance? Yes. This one is quick start AMIs is AWS provided AMIs. My AMIs meaning created by you. From here also, you can go and launch it. Did you created AMIs till now? No, that's why we don't have any AMIs. And where all the public images are available? Marketplace. Did we learn about that? So do you see here? Marketplace AMIs. So there are so many AMIs are available in the market. Is it free? 100% chargeable. Let's say, for example, this one, Fortinet is one of the firewall. If you want to install it, you know how much you need to pay? Almost $1,920 per year you need to pay. If you push to select and launch EC2 instance, right? You'll start crying because I'm saying why I'm taking this much time explaining you. Do not go and calicify here and there. Okay. So of course it is good to know all the information, but you should know, because if you get sir 50 rupees, you'll come to me and say, sir, I got 50 rupees bill. What should I do? So if you follow me, you don't get the bills. If you don't follow, you will get it. If you follow me also, I told you approximately 100 to 200 till end of the course, you will get maximum. Fine, no? 100 to 100. Huh? Which one? Free tier. Louder. Free try. It depends how much. Generally, if you're going and purchasing any software, they'll give you for free trial, no? For 5 days or 1 week, 1 month maximum. It will be like this one. Okay. So here, see, these are all the images that are available. OpenVPN, all the images are available. If you want to select, go and pay this much money and then start using it. But do not go for this. But in real time, who will pay? You are company. Go and fuck it. Go ahead and launch it. But remember, you are responsible for the bill again. Your manager will come and ask you, Babu, why you got this much bill? And don't say that you go, sir, I have selected that and this. No, you should be responsible for it. What to select, what not to select. Okay, now, if you have any requirement, then go for it. Inform your manager and then start using it. So not only this DevOps related, if you select DevOps related images will also be there. Let's say Jenkins, F5, F5, Kali Linux is there. Do you see this Pro Computers package? WordPress, for example, WordPress is there, which is free. Anyways, so there are so many software which are available in the market. You can just go and use it. That is marketplace. And then we have here community AMIs. Community meaning AMI. What is community? Group of people, group. No. What they do is that group, they will be making the images available publicly. Who is that group? Is that authenticated group or not authenticated group? If it is authenticated group, that meaning it is verified provider, you can use it. If it is not verified provider, is it good to use that AMIs? Inside it will be there. Viruses, unwanted files, everything will be there, right? Unnecessarily, do not go for community AMIs. If there is a requirement, then go for verified providers only. Okay, na? So do you understand all these options now? And out of all these things, in which option we should be there? Quick start AMIs we should be there. And which one you need to select? Red Hat. And in Windows, Microsoft Server 2022 base you need to select. Okay, na? Is it clear on the AMI section? Next, coming to volumes. Whenever you launch an EC2 instance, you will get a default volume. What volume is that? all the EC2 instance will be available from here, and corresponding volumes will be listed over here. Somewhere EC2 instance will be there. Their related volumes will be there under volume section. Okay, we'll be doing. I'm just going with the overview of it. What is snapshot? Copy of the operating. Instead of that, what should I say? Point in time copy of the operating of the volume is called the snapshot. So here also we have that. Did we talk about recycle bin? Remember? Huh? So in images also, did we talk about EC2 image builder, golden AMIs, recycle bin, right? All the snapshot. And then did we discuss about lifecycle manager? What is lifecycle manager? If you want to create, okay, see, if you want to create snapshots automatically, I said, not only snapshot, images also. What is that? Can you open that page? That lifecycle manager in notebook. So there, I have written snapshot, right? Because at that time we haven't discussed images. If I say images, you will get confused. That's why I stopped saying images. So there, lifecycle manager will help us to automate creating snapshots and images also. So please write down snapshots and images there. Snapshots and images. Wow, you are maintaining nice notes, yeah, everyone. Very good. Don't give outside. Don't share it to anyone. Huh? Only you people. Copyrights, proprietary. Did you wrote it? Added, ah? कहाँ पे? देखो. Snapshots concept में रहता देखो. Done, na? Okay. Okay. So do you see this here? Amazon Data Lifecycle Manager. So automate the creation, retention, copy, and deletion of snapshots and AMIs. So did we learn this? Snapshots and images can be copied from one region to other region, one account to another account. So all those things can be automated. Let's say, for example, I have a requirement in my real time that I want to create snapshots automatically. Do I need to write a Lambda function for it? Not required. We have lifecycle manager. No. So create a policy here for what? Snapshots or AMIs? Snapshot. And create a policy. And I have also a requirement. Snapshot should get created. And automatically that snapshot should be copied automatically to other region also. And as a part of disaster recovery. What is that? We call it as DR. What is that? DR meaning what? Disaster recovery. What is disaster recovery? If something, your primary fails, your operations, business operations should not be stopped. So your data should be available in some other place. That is called disaster recovery. If something disaster has happened, you need to recover, no? So the recover meaning all your data should be in some other place, no? To recover. That is called disaster recovery. Understood? So now your snapshot will be in Mumbai region only, no? And if you want to be very careful about your business operations, if you don't want to take a risk, can you copy these images also in other region just for safer side? And if you think your account will be having some problem, can you share it to other account also? This for disaster recovery purpose also automate. That is why it is called it as copy and deletion of snap. When we go deeper, we'll create all these things. And then very important. Now coming to what is that? Security group. So did I told you we have a default security group? Yes. And how many types of rules are there? 2 types. What are those? Inbound rules, outbound rules. By default, inbound rules are deny. Outbound rules are allowed. And is it good to create a new security group now? No. I told you to use only default security group. Okay. So select this default security group. No, this default security group will be there. Don't delete it. And here we have inbound rules, outbound rules. If you select inbound rules, okay, let me remove all this. So we have been working, no? Okay. It will be like this for you. Do you see this? Inbound rules. If you click on inbound rules, edit inbound rules. You need to click on edit inbound rules. See? So these are this is the place where you need to add the inbound rule. In security group, can you deny or you can only allow? Only allow. Is it possible to deny? No, because by default everything is deny. Can you tell me by default everything is deny? No, here. Is any protocol allowed here now at the moment? No. But there is only one rule. Do you see this rule? There is only one rule. This rule will be there for you by default. This is called default rule. What is it called? Do not delete or modify the default rule. I'll tell you about that. Before that, okay, now I have an EC2 instance, which is Linux. So what is the protocol that I need to allow? SSH. How to add? How to add? This is how you do add. See, select it, go to inbound rules, tell, edit inbound rules, add rules. Here, which protocol? Do you see there are so many protocols here? So which protocol we need to allow? SSH. And we have how many types of sources are there? 3 types. What are those? Huh? Try the custom. See that in book. If you see the book, that will get registered. See, in security groups, few days, 3 days ago, custom anywhere my IP. Say that with me. Custom anywhere my IP. One more time. So out of this, which one we should be using it? Custom anywhere my IP. You should be using my IP. Okay, you should be using my IP. Okay, see here. Is that clear? Huh? So how many types of sources are there? 3 types. What are those? Custom anywhere my IP. So custom meaning group of, it's a range of network. Anywhere meaning everyone can access. My IP meaning only you can access. So it is your account, no? It is company account, your account, and you're doing practicals for your purpose, no? Is it good to give anywhere? Is it good to give my IP? For that reason, you need to use my IP only. Okay, see here. Now custom is there, anywhere my IP. So IPv4, IPv6. Which one we should be using it? V4 or V6? We should be nowadays. We are not nowadays. Since your childhood, my childhood, we are using IP version 4 only. Version 6 is not in use yet. And that too, version 6 has only public IPs, now private IPs yet. For that reason, we should be going with only IPv4 only. So here, custom anywhere my IP. Which one need to select? If you select my IP, automatically your IP will be selected. Which IP? Your laptop IP. If you go here and type, what is my IP? What is my IP? (193.82.125.5). 183.82.125.5. My IP only, no? So this is how you need to click on create, save rules. So this is how you add the protocols. Now you tell me how to add RDP. Tell me. Tell me, I'll click. Editor, inbound rules. Add rule. Here, RDP, you need to select. Here. And then you are allowing it. Now RDP SSH is allowed. Let's say, for example, NFS is allowed here. By default, everything is denied. Okay, now I don't want SSH. What should I do? Delete it. How? Edit inbound rule. And SSH is there now. What I can do? Delete it. And then save. You understand how to add the rules, how to remove the rules? Understood? So again, it will, I selected my IP no, but it is turned back to custom. That is okay. It is a natural behavior. Don't worry about it. So now you understood how to add protocols to the security group. But here there is a default rule is there. I remove this all. There is a default rule. What is this default rule meaning? Nana, all traffic. What is this? Source is custom. And what is this here? 102B3. 102B3 is my default security group only or not? Security group will have security group ID. So you are giving all traffic to default security group. Nana, see here. This is my default security group or not? What is the ID? 2B3. What is the ID? Edit. Okay. I remove this too. I'm selecting all traffic, custom to self. To self. So I'm giving all traffic to self. Listen this carefully. I'm giving all traffic to self. Is there any harm? Am I giving all traffic from outside? I'm giving all traffic to self. It is a good thing that you should give. Let me give you an example. You have your home or room, whichever it is. You have your home, and if you want to secure it, you lock it. You lock your room or you lock your home. Will you throw out the keys? You are the owner. You should have full access or not. That meaning you open the lock, you go inside. That meaning you should have full access. You go inside and lock the door from inside. That is what I'm doing here. So all traffic, self, I have full all traffic. And I went inside and then am I allowing any traffic from outside? No, no. Whichever is equal, I'm allowing SSH, RDP, whichever I want. So remember, this is the default rule that do not delete it. Do not. Just in case if you delete also. Amma, sir, I have deleted default rule, sir. No problem. Can you add it back again? Tell me how. Add rules. Which one? All traffic, custom, select this. Which one? I'm sorry. This default? That's it. Okay. Tell me how to add HTTP protocol. Add rule. HTTP. That's it. You understand? So I delete everything. So tomorrow morning, sir, unfortunately I have deleted my default security, say default rule. Can you add it back again? Tell me again. That's it. So whenever you create a new security group, please remember, give all traffic to self. There is no harm. Okay, because there's default security group will have full access by itself first. Is it clear? And is it clear, everyone, on security group? Any questions on security group? And outbound traffic, do we need to worry about outbound rule? No, because by default outbound rules are allowed. See, all, everything is allowed. You don't need to worry on that. We need to check only inbound rules. And then we have what here next? Elastic IP. Did we learn about Elastic IP? How many Elastic IPs are free? View IP address usage and recommendation to release unused IPs. Is it good to keep unused IPs? No. So it's very simple. Tomorrow I'll show you how to create all this. So allocate Elastic. If you click on it, Elastic IP will be allocated for you. That means it is sitting idle. Is it good? No. You need to associate to EC2 instance. So really associate to associate Elastic will do it. So this is the place where we have Elastic IP. On the left side, what we have? Placement group. How many placement groups are there? 3. What are those? Cluster, spread, partition. Cluster, spread, partition. So if you want to have in the same availability zone, same rack, which one? Cluster. And if you want to have across availability zones, spread. But in each availability zone, how many you can have? 7. But if you need to more EC2 instances, go for partition. How many maximum partitions you can create? 7. In each partition, how many EC2 instances you can have? Hundreds of EC2 instances. So based on the requirement, you need to create a group. It's very easy to create a group. How create a placement group? Which group? Cluster or spread the partition. Select cluster, give cluster PG. That's it. Boom. Create. That's it. So when you're launching the EC2 instance, select the cluster pair. So let's say if you want to launch 5 EC2 instance, while launching the EC2 instance, you'll ask, Babu, you want to group this? So select cluster PG will be there. Select it. Basically, it is grouping from our point of view or from AWS point of view. AWS point of view. In the backend, he will group it. Next, key pairs. Next is what? Key pairs. So by default, do we have any key pairs? By default, do we have any key pairs? No. So we need to create the key pair. Did we learn this? What is the extension of the key pair? .pem file. So while launching the EC2 instance, we'll go and create a key pair tomorrow. Okay, not now, but key pairs will be listing over here. So is it, if you delete the key pair, is it possible to download the key pair? No, once deleted, it is gone. Remember? So be careful with the key pairs. And network interfaces. What is it, Nana? What is network interfaces meaning? NIC card. In your, for every laptop, every machine will have NIC card or not? Do you know what is NIC card? Girls will not know, obviously. How about boys? NIC card. Boys also. NIC card. In your laptop, IP address will be there, no? What is that? Network. Right? NIC card, network status. Anyways, so network update. Oh, it went to internet. Huh? So NIC card meaning, that's fine. So network, do you see the Ethernet here? Do you see Ethernet? Show available networks. No, not this. Chain network and sharing center. This one. What is that? That's a NIC card. What is that? NIC card. So every lab, because your IP address will be assigned to the NIC card. So IP address will be assigned to the NIC card. So when you launch the EC2 instance should also have the IP address, no? So for that, NIC card will be created. So all the NIC, but we no need to do anything for the NIC card. It just, when you launch 2 EC2 instances, for example, please spell it. NIC, N-I-C, NIC card. Okay. Network interface cards. So whenever you launch an EC2 instance, let's say you have launched 5 EC2 instances. How many NIC cards will be created here? If I launch 5, how many? Why 4 will be created? 5 will be created, no? Right? 5 will be created, NIC cards. Okay. So next is here, load balancers. How many types of load balancers are there? What are those? Sing that song. ALB, NLB, CLB, GLB. So if you click on create load balancer, do you see this here? Which one? Application load balancer, network load balancer, gateway load balancer, and classic load balancer. Classic load balancer is previous generation. Are we using classic load balancer? No. So this one, your application load balancer works on which protocol? HTTP, HTTPS. And your network load balancer works on TCP and then UDP. And gateway load balancer works on which gateway? On which port number? 6081. So which one we should be using it here? Application load. We just need to go and create a application load balancer. And then we have the target groups. For every load balancer, can we group the EC2 instance? What is that group called? Target group. What does a target group contains? Targets. What are the targets? EC2 instances are the targets. And then finally we have what? Auto scaling group. So we know what is auto scaling group. So for auto scaling group, we need to have load balancer, EC2 instances, and then we need to have minimum, maximum desired capacities. So minimum, maximum are boundaries. Desired capacity meaning how many EC2 instances that you wish to launch initially is called desired capacity. If you give desired capacity 4 and then create an auto scaling group, how many EC2 instances will be created? 4 will be created, right? Scale out, scale in will be happening based on the conditions that we have given. And then it will use what? Launch templates. Did I tell you? Auto scaling group will use what? Launch template to launch an EC2 instance. Clear? Clear the whole. Now, are you comfortable with each and every word in this console now? Did we learn about all these things already? Anything did we missed? So do you understand how deeper we are going? Right? So from tomorrow, what we do is we'll go and launch the EC2 instance. So your task today is how have shown you all the options today. I want you to go with the console each and click each and everything. Do not create, do not launch, nothing. How you just go here, click on EC2 dashboard, make yourself comfortable, make your hands dirty, right? Going and clicking here, read it, instance, what is there, instance type meaning what is there, try to make comfortable with the console because EC2 is very, very important. Without EC2, you cannot say you are an AWS engineer, right? So make yourself comfortable with all the options here. From tomorrow, we'll go and launch an EC2 instance and one by one, images will talk, volume, snapshot, each and everything we'll be going and learning one by one from tomorrow. Any questions? That is one of the type, bigger instance type, Priyanka. If you come down here, you'll see that metal. See. Any questions online? See guys here, Priyanka and others, if you want to really know, do you see this here? See here, T2 micro is there, no? And parallelly, T3 micro is also there. Now you need to know, sir, what is the difference between T2 micro and T3 micro? You don't need to learn. Just go to Google and say T2 micro versus T3 micro. You will get the information. Whichever is best suitable for you, use it. Right? And no one possible to remember what is A1, what is C4, what is C5, what's the difference is very hard. Right? So in real time, you just need to go and check the difference. Whichever is suitable for you for your requirement, use it. Okay. Any questions online? Okay. If not, can you give me the final CC for today, please? CC with smile. I could have started the practice today itself, but I had made you comfortable with all the options on the EC2 console so that you feel free and you don't get scared with the console. So you'll get habituated, right? So please go today and then go with all the console, entire console. Make yourself comfortable. Same top to bottom. Okay, na? So that is all guys for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with this EC2 practicals. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you, Saujanya.